Local 1549, moving forward as one. One family, one future. From the beginning, Local 1549 has been a family. Back in the 1960s and 70s, when Union Pride was strong and Local 1549 was just starting, our members knew the way to succeed was to work together and to stand as one. That's how unions survive and thrive, just like bonded families. From the 1960s right through to the 2000s, Local 1549 has met the unique challenges of each era. Founding President Tom Hagen had dreams of uniting all clericals into one giant agency. Under the leadership of President Al Diop, the local grew rapidly in stature and strength. In 1966, we negotiated the first citywide clerical contract with guaranteed salary increases, grievance arbitration, and more. The next year, we earned a benefits plan that included life insurance, dental insurance, and disability income. The era of collective bargaining had begun, and the dark days of collective begging were gone forever. When our mission was clear and our place in the world was secure, it was easy to see fellow members as our sisters and brothers, mothers and fathers, aunts and uncles.
Webster's dictionary states, a family is a group of people that comes from the same ancestors and live under one roof. But my interpretation of working as a family and a team is a group of people sharing their knowledge and their wisdom to help improve the workplace atmosphere for the members that they service each and every day.
Being there for one another, loving one another no matter what, teaching from right or wrong.
Trust. And that's what it's about today. Trust. Trust in the union to take you further than where you are now. That's what it's all about. Trust.
Our union president is both, has to be the nurturer and has to be the one that speaks for us and is able to go and say with authority that this is what my family needs.
We should definitely talk about it. I mean, certain people might have to give up certain things in order to better assist the union, what they need to help everyone, because sometimes we have to sacrifice in order to get what we want in this world.
Although we didn't agree on every issue, we knew we were stronger when we stood side by side. When we worked together to protect our common interests. When we trusted and believed in our union bonds, the same way we trust and believe in family.
Before that, we didn't have the union. It was like bad because we didn't have nobody to just bring any issues that we have, So the union has been helping us a lot. So we really appreciate the job that they've been doing with us.
Today, many decades later, Local 1549 is still a family. It's a family of 16,000 dedicated clerical employees who work throughout New York City. In the 1970s, our ranks grew fast. We won higher wages, better promotions, and new respect. In 1975, the city faced fiscal ruin, with the mayor's office calling for layoffs of 51,000 city workers. But Local 1549 fought back. We worked with the city and the banks to pull New York City from the brink of bankruptcy. By the end of 1976, all permanent clerical workers waiting to be rehired had been offered a city job. Just as families have evolved in the past 50 years and in today's workplace, the Local 1549 family has also changed and become more diverse. we're still committed to one another and to our common purpose. We respect one another and the crucial role that each and every member plays. We look to our leaders for guidance and vision, and we've been shaped by them. We look to new members for energy and enthusiasm, and we've been moved by them. We believe that we all have talents and skills to share, that we all have a voice and a need to be heard, that we all have a right to be respected and feel proud.
I like talking, getting it out, whether it's going to be something you want to hear or you don't want to hear. Like, let's, bring it to the table. What is the good, what is the bad, and let's just try to resolve it, And I also do like to pray first too, and keep an open mind.
In 1986, we stood with our sisters and brothers in South Africa against apartheid. We marched in New York and in Washington. We put pressure on global companies till apartheid fell and Nelson Mandela walked free. By 1988, when the HIV/AIDS epidemic filled emergency rooms and clinics, Local 1549 workers were the unsung heroes. We received special training to understand the illness and calm the city's fears. In 1992, we backed Bill Clinton in his bid to become president and rebuild America. Hundreds of members of our Political Action Committee hit the streets and made thousands of phone calls. In 1999, Local 1549 went through a period of transition. After we reorganized and established new leadership, we emerged stronger than ever, ready to move forward into the future. Today, more than ever, we need to renew our pride and respect.
Communication is so important, because if you can't communicate a giving, you can't build a team. And listening, so important to listen and following, it's just respecting one another. That's a team.
We do not always agree with what someone says or does in the union, but we go out of our way and out of maybe natural to when this has something to do with helping the member. So we sometimes disagree to agree.
Unions are under attack like never before. Union busting, outsourcing, disrespect from state and local governments, questions about our role and relevance.
To combat the trials and tribulations when contracting out and union busting, launch a media campaign.
This is a defining moment for the future of Local 1549 and all union brothers and sisters across this nation. Now is the time for all of us to join forces, to put aside differences, to respect one another, to speak with one voice. We need to challenge the critics when they make inaccurate and unwarranted attacks on unions and our members, and the family has to stay together. Older members need to mentor new ones. New members need to learn from those who came before them.
I haven't been in a union family. This is my first experience, so for me, it's an eye-opener because the things that came before us really did have a major impact on where we are today. And without that, I don't know if any of us would have what we have today. So the people who come behind us will see the same thing, but we have to do something now to show them the importance of it so they don't lose sight of what's going on when it comes down to them taking the step.
Our union family leaders, the officers, executive board, and staff need to embrace their responsibility to the 16,000 rank and file members. We need to reconnect with one another in our shared mission to protect our jobs, our benefits, our dignity, and our future.
It bothers me and it frightens me because I worry about the world that our children are going to come up in. The advantages that the union afforded us, if we don't fight it, they won't be there for them. I mean, the city of New York didn't just give us health care, didn't just give us benefits. Somebody fought very hard for those things. And that fight was led by the union.
We remember September 11th, 2001 as a day of tragedy and tears. Yet in the midst of our sorrow, we saw the best that Local 1549 can be. Brave DC-37 members were among the first responders, the heroes who ran into harm's way. Local 1549 police communications technicians answered 55,000 calls for help. Our members delivered critical care, led evacuations, and aided in rescue and recovery. Afterward, we lobbied for federal funds, extensions to workers' compensation, disaster relief, municipal housing, and more.
After the World Trade Center incident, it was very traumatic for me the first couple of days after the incident, because I was right there at the time, to visualize the buildings collapsing, the bodies that were, unfortunately leapt to their depths as opposed to staying in there. So, I got to visualize that, and I never really got a chance to express that with family members, so I leaned on the union at the time, to get a little bit of help and treatment with regards to that.
Today, the future is upon us, and Local 1549 needs to change and grow to meet the challenges and opportunities of that future, just like we always have. Like in 2008, when we endorsed Barack Obama as the first black president of the United States. Unions made life better for working people when they were being taken advantage of, Obama said. Even if you're not in a union, you're still benefiting from the fact that there's a union out there. Once again, we need to put our union family first. We need to engage and educate all members so we can grow and flourish. We can look back with pride on the strength and success of our union mothers and fathers. And we can look forward with hope and purpose that the next generation will rise to the challenge.
The union has empowered me to know that my vote counts, that my voice, my ideas mean something.
My mom and I, we were a team. We've been through ups and downs, and we might not have seen eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we've come out stronger. A union working together is like a fabric being made into a garment, and working together stays together.
I hope it becomes the union that it used to be. United, we respected each other. Everybody respected one another. I'm hoping that's the future and to move forward for the members.
We disagree, we are different, yet we are the same. We are united in a goal, and we learn one thing first and foremost, is that when we stick together, we win. When we fight together, we succeed. If we are separate and we allow people to divide us, we've defeated ourselves before we even start.
We can build the new skills, embrace the new technologies, and nurture the new relationships that will drive the success of Local 1549. Today, tomorrow, and for many decades to come. We must continue to move forward as one family, one future.